What is up, MFers? Welcome back to another very exciting episode on Milliken Fishing. So this morning I fished a really awesome, clean water, pristine, out in the middle of nowhere creek for big brown trout. If you want to check that out, I'm going to leave a tag right up there. Well, now I've driven a little bit further down the road, hitting a spot on the way home to hopefully try to catch some rainbow trout, except this time when I catch them, I am going to be cleaning them right here at this beautiful little creek, taking them home and showing you how I like to cook them up. I got a really good recipe planned out for you guys if you like these catch and cook videos. By the way, if you do like these catch and cook videos, hit the thumbs up and the subscribe to Milliken Fishing. That way I know to do more in the future. But I'm gonna quit talking. I got my my little salmon egg rig all tied up. I'm ready to go over to the creek, get some trouts. Let's go. All right, got my ultralight rig, got my salmon eggs, ready to shake and bake. The limit of trout I can keep today is 5. I think I'm gonna keep 5 because even though we probably won't eat all those tonight, leftover trout is amazing, and I tend to be taking some Tupperware with me all these trips I go on, and it beats the hell out of just having a plain old sandwich. All right, so just like wabbit hunting, you gotta be very quiet. I'm just gonna kind of sneak up here, and that's the creek right there, and all the trout are pretty much on these undercut banks. So you kind of just got to work your little salmon eggs. I'm going to get some put on the hook right now. This is a size 10 that I just stuck in my finger. Size 10 hook, I'll put like 3, yeah, probably 3 salmon eggs on there. Nothing too crazy. Got the old glittery salmon eggs. I have no idea why they put glitter in these. I mean, it's not like this trout think it's like a minnow. It's pretty clear that it's not anything that's alive or swimming. But we got silver. I guess it's just so you can have glitter all over your entire life. Oh, there's 2 trout right there. Pretty good size ones too. There we go. Boom, look at that. Okay, he's a psycho. Dude, chill. He's not the biggest guy, but we're gonna keep him for sure. Pretty nice little dude. He'll cook up well. All right, we are on the board. He actually had a little friend right there I saw too that popped out with him. Neither of them were very big. I wish they were a little bit bigger. Last time I caught a bunch of real good size ones, but we'll keep trying. There's 2 trout sitting right there laughing at me. I pulled my eggs by them and they literally like dipped out. And then the eggs went past them. They went right back to where they were. I think they've maybe seen a couple eggs before. Good thing I'm an amateur. Well, these trout are a little too spooky over here. We need to go find some that haven't seen me quite as much. This is a really cool creek because it's spring fed. It's actually a lot of spring water. You can see there's a spring coming in right here, right into the creek. So it stays open all winter. So there's a good chance I'll be coming back up here to do some more filming when there's only ice on all the lakes. I don't like to go from upstream to downstream on them, but unfortunately that's kind of the only direction I can go right now because it's private property the other direction. I see one right there in the current, but that probably also means that he sees me. Yeah, he didn't even look at it. He knows. Oh, that was so sick. Oh, that's a freaking pretty one right there. I saw him. I actually sight fished that dude. I saw him sitting right in front of this undercut bank, and he saw me, but I twitched this, and he went crazy. That's a super dark one. These are stock trout in here, but he almost looks like a wild rainbow. That's a freaking beautiful fish. So pretty. These trout are so aware of their surroundings. You think with all this noise from the current, all the water moving and everything, they don't know what's going on, but they know exactly what they're doing. They know if anything is in the stream that's food. And there's 2 right there. We'll see if they're interested. I think they've seen me though. Yep. There's another one. Another good one. Drop the poles. We're on them. Slimiest fish in the history of fishing. Another fat one. Really a good fish right there. Hell yeah. I saw 2 trout sitting right there by this undercut bank right here. And I was just holding those eggs right in their face, twitching it. And Another one came out of nowhere and crushed it. Apparently I should have been doing that a lot more than just leaving it right there in their face. And I can see several more. I see one in this pool up here. I don't know if I can get to him without spooking him, but that looks like a big one back there. Yes. Absolutely. So much friggin' fun. That one's not giant, so we're gonna go ahead and get him back in the water so he can live. There he goes. Well, I had to see the camera off for a second. Didn't bring my vlog camera down here because it was just too much to carry, but this is so much freaking fun to me. I love doing this. I love fishing for these fish in this clean water. I don't care what you gotta use for bait to catch them, but just seeing how the fish react, and these fish are so fickle, just seeing how they get spooked, the different types of areas you have to set up on them. It's the same way with smallmouth fishing, largemouth fishing even. I don't get me wrong, I know how to fish it for fish in muddy water. I do it all the freaking time. But when you get to actually see the fish react to the bait, actually get out and learn something about how those fish are setting up and how they're coming up and eating your bait, and how they'll eat your bait, and when you finally get things figured out, so freaking sweet. But I got one more trout to catch. I'm gonna keep working on it. I'm not gonna go too much further down the creek here, and then I'm gonna head back to the car, and then I'll be heading back home to get these dudes cooked up after I clean them, of course. But going really well so far. This is so much freaking fun on a 30-degree day. It's like 30 degrees right now, and I'm super warm. I feel great. This is so much fun. I'll have to get back up here and do this winter. Like I said, it doesn't freeze over ever, so can't beat it. Yep. Oh, no. Bye, buddy. Damn it. Should have had that one. Yep, you're coming with me. Last one of the day. And he's a bleeder. Good thing I'm taking him home. There we go. Another beautiful rainbow trout minus the bloodiness. I think that's it. That's number 5 for us. Another good one. So let's get them cleaned up and ready to go home. All right, time to clean some trout. Gonna do it just like last time in the stream. I like to do it in the stream because then it kind of just gives back all the nutrients for all the life that's in the stream and just washes on down the current. So we're gonna clean them a lot like we did last time. We're gonna take it one step further though. So first thing you wanna do is kill the fish, of course. All right, so first step in cleaning the trout is to cut from the butthole all the way up to the throat. And we're gonna rip all these guts out. That's another reason I like doing it in the creek. You can kind of just wash it out as you go. Now we're gonna pop his head off. So best way to do that is to just twist. Boom, head is gone. And we're gonna cut all these gills out right here. Just real quick like. Stick the knife in right behind that bone. And you can kind of just rip that all out. We're getting there. We're almost there already, actually. We got to just get... So there's this black, brownish black layer right against the spinal cord. You want to get all that out the best you can. Best way to do that, I've found, is just take your thumb, press it right up in there, and just kind of work it on out of there. But it'll make your fish taste really fishy. But yeah, now we just got to cut the fins off real quick. So we're just going to take these goos out. And take the back guy off. I would recommend being very careful if you're like me right now and have the knife pointing towards your hand. All right, boom. So you can leave them like that, which a lot of people do. We're gonna take it one step further today, and we're actually gonna skin them from here, which is gonna help us a lot with how we cook them. So we're gonna grab our pliers, which I did bring with me, that are nice and rusty, which is just great. And we're just going to kind of get this guy started. Some of these trout are easier than others. Gotta be careful not to rip off too much of the belly rib meat with these trout. But yeah, once you get it going, it becomes much easier to just grab onto the body and pull the skin all off at one time. Almost forgot, we got to cut this little back fin off, which helps a lot in taking the skin all off. And one last pull. Boom. Beautiful trout. ready to go right into the frying pan. I'm gonna go ahead and do that 4 more times. Obviously, as you can tell, this is the smallest trout I caught, and it has a ton of meat on it. So that's one great thing about trout. One great thing about filleting them this way, getting them whole, you get the most amount of meat as possible. So I'm gonna fillet them all up. I'll see you back at the car. Whew, all right, we are back to the car. Time to get heading back home. Got about a 3-hour drive, so I need to get on the road so I can get home and cook these dudes up for you guys. Like I said in the last trout fishing video, this is how I grew up fishing. I love to fish like this. It's my roots. Clean little creeks that are just loaded with fish a lot of times. You never know what you're gonna catch, and so I strongly encourage you, if you got anything in your area, get on Google Earth, see what local creeks you got out there, and go check them out. Be careful with the current, especially if it's deep, steep banks, stuff like that, but it's some of the most fun fishing you can possibly do. But time to go home, get these dudes cooked up. I'll catch you there. All right, MFers, just got back to the house. Time to cook up some beautiful little trout. We're actually going to cook them in a pan. Recipe is a lemon, butter, garlic, herb trout. Very, very tasty. We're not going to do the traditional deep fry method in a pan, which I do like very much. I'm sure I'll be doing that in the future. We're going to go a little bit healthier today, though, and kind of just pan sear them. So let's get to work. All right, so first thing, you're gonna need 2 pans for this. One of them needs to have a cover as well. The main one that's gonna be covered, heat that up medium heat, and you're gonna throw 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Thanks so much for the help, Millie. About 2 tablespoons in there. Let that heat up. So while that's heating up, just want to let you guys know the ingredients you'll need for this. Also, I want to let you know, just like Peric and some of the other really, really famous YouTubers, I have hired my own camera person no, I'm just kidding. It's Mrs. Milliken fishing guy in the camera. So one of the things you're going to need for the ingredients is a white wine. Definitely going to need some while you're cooking as well, if you're 21 years old. There you go. So obviously you're going to need trout, a dry white wine, Chardonnay is what we're using that, olive oil, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, butter, garlic, lemon. Boom, that's it. So we're going to do salt and pepper, quite a bit of salt, not that much pepper, and Italian seasoning. Again, you don't want to go too heavy on this. You can use whatever Italian seasoning you like. Italian Fusion, I think that's a local company. Not really sure, but the stuff's delicious. Just enough to coat it. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so oil should be heated up. You don't want it so hot that it's starting to smoke. You want it very, very close though, right at a medium heat with olive oil. Should do that in about the right amount of time. So I think we're probably going to be able to fit 3 trouts in here. Hopefully 3 trouts. And you should get a little sizzle when they hit the pan. Boom, so we got our 3 trout in there. They fit pretty damn well. And then we'll do the last 2 when those are finished. Now we're going to take a different cutting board. While those guys are getting hot, oh, I almost forgot. Don't put it right by the camera and I forget. Parsley, fresh parsley, we're going to need that as well. So while those are cooking, we're going to chop some parsley. Real fine. We only need about a tablespoon worth of chopped parsley. Boom. And you're going to need a lot of garlic, actually. 5 cloves of garlic. God, this has like more wrapper to it than any garlic in history. Cloves, dude. Alright, chop the old lemon right down the middle in half. Trout are going to take about 4 minutes on the first side. Second side, they're not going to take quite as long, about 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, trout should be done by now. You're going to have a little bit of brown and they're going to start sticking to the pan. Be a little bit careful when you flip them, otherwise they're going to come apart. They are super, super tender. Alright, boom. So now that those are flipped, we're going to come over here to our other pan. We're going to put that dude on medium heat as well. And we're just going to do a tablespoon of olive oil this time. It also helps when you put the right burner on. Boom! Look at that! So we don't need to wait till that completely heats up for this because we actually don't want this garlic to cook completely. So we're just going to kind of get that in there and let that warm up while the trout is finishing. It's not going to be a full cook. Now these dudes are heated up over here, we're going to heat it up with about 2 tablespoons of white wine. About 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, aka an entire lemon. In the meantime, trout are finishing up very nicely. Cover it up, set it to the side, off the heat. We're gonna let that sit for 5 minutes. Alright, so now that this is bubbling, as you can see, the garlic is pretty much hardly any yellow, but not like fully cooked or brown or anything like that. We're gonna take it off the heat, and we're gonna hit it 2 tablespoons of butter. And go 1, 2.
Thanks, I didn't know to count to 2.
We're going to put all our parsley in, which like I said is about a tablespoon. Now the reason we did that is the butter is going to thicken up this sauce and make a nice creamy sauce now that it's off the heat. And we're going to let that sit and thicken up for a little bit. Trout have been off for about 2 or 3 minutes now. Alright, now that it's been about 5 minutes, sauce has thickened up some. We're going to bring these dudes over. Now the reason we covered them, set them off the heat, loosens up the meat, makes it come off the bone really, really nice. So we're just going to take our sauce we made, and we're going to dump it right over these dudes right here. Get all that garlic off there, that coarsely, barely chopped garlic. And then here's what we're going to do. We're just going to move this guy there, that guy there. We're going to tilt it so that liquid comes down. And we're just going to put that buttery lemon garlic sauce right over the top. We're going to take about a minute, let that absorb a lot of the liquid. We'll be ready to plate them. Yep, it'll change your life. It's delicious and it falls right off the bone. I don't think I gotta tell you guys how good this is just by the way it looks. It's freaking awesome. We're gonna definitely enjoy this and definitely going to be having this again. But like I told you guys out on the water, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video today. If you like these catch and cook style videos, go hit the subscribe button to Milliken Fishing and slam that thumbs up. Lets me know that you like it. Of course, comment down below and I will be sure to get back to as many of you as I possibly can. Doing a lot more bass fishing coming up the next couple days. I'm super stoked to get out there, do some fishing. Plus, I kind of want to go out, since you guys told me I should, and get revenge on some of those giant river smallmouth. So all that is to come, coming right up. I'd really appreciate it if you took the time, go down, hit the link, and check out my brand new Milliken fishing apparel that I don't even have yet, and go back to that video if you want to see if you won that giveaway. Any new Milliken fishing item could have been yours, so go back and check, make sure you won. But I'm out of here for now. I'm going to keep eating this meal. You guys stay classy. I'm out of here. Peace!